We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Washington football team. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Herring. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Herring will get this out to Barkley, complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Off the play fake, Herring. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Number 83.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Barkley, the Giant.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herring. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
The ball carrier.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Barkley. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Wilson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
They'll run. Here's Wilson. And he's across the 40. 3 extra yards to the 43.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
On 1st and 10, Herring. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Off play action. Herring. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 20.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now a carry for White, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And his kick is good.
It's the score, Giants 10, Washington nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on 1st down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 5 now. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, Herring. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. A first down carry for Barkley. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 3-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
The kicker on.
A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
At the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Haskins. Pressure gets to Haskins, and down he goes.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Herring. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. That's complete to his running back, Wilson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now it's Haskins. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And 10.
Throwing again, here's Haskins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Julian Love picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Off-play action. Herring, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
17-7. Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Operating from the gun, Herring. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Number 83.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On second down, here's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Herring. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
Haskins from his own end zone. Wilson snags it left side. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
52's the mark.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And he's given his guys a shot for late points, as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is good. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start the drive with Wilson, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, check Mike 57. Watch the glass. Watch the Mike 57.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
It's 4th down.
And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. They're able to locate Wilson. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Haskins back to the air. Going deep for Hopkins. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
26.
Tackle made by Chase Young. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And oh, he coughed it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. 30, the 20, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Washington.
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
First down.
Now Saquon Barkley.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that'll be incomplete. Herring took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
To throw on third down, Herring. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Chase Young, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 58, right?
Haskins on 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Washington.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
28-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Catch made right side by Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. Try for the PAT. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
This was Washington 21, Giants 20. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 3rd and 2, Herring. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Giants first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Giants 20.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Tanner Muse there defensively.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
But I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Haskins. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On the ground, it's Wilson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for number 41.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now a pass hauled in downfield and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
At the 38-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Wilson. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close that.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he finds a man on a crossing route. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herring. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Off the play fake. Herring. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the 41-yard.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Herring. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
38-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another carry for Wilson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute.
He's got a man, complete. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
A gain of 29 yards.
They'll look to throw.
Down, New York.
And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there of 22.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Throwing on 1st down. Herring got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And
out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
His throw incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously cannot have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Herring. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, just a minute ago, you said mistakes get magnified, especially here in overtime, and that turnover there could cost them the ball game.
And not many teams commit turnovers in overtime and come back and win. It almost never happens.
Number 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now what can Haskins do here in overtime? Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This one complete to Tanyan underneath. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On play action, Haskins. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Washington going to send out their punter on for a very important punt here in overtime. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, a great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 7 yards to pick up there. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Complete to number 85.
From the gun, Herring. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder, A lot of